Hello, welcome back, and as always, I hope you're doing well. Right, the week just gone, I turned 57. I know, shocking, isn't it? Yeah, it was my birthday on Wednesday, and I got a few bits and pieces, and I got quite a few different bits of media, and it got me thinking. Because obviously now today we live in a world where we've got Netflix, Amazon Prime, countless ways of watching movies, as well as music, Spotify and iTunes and stuff like that. Oh, and also our reading material. A lot of people now have Kindles to read their books on. So I thought what I'd do, I'd show you the media that I got some films, got some music, and we'll have a little chat about it, and I'll talk about the pros and cons of both. First off, I'm going to start with some film, right? And the first film I got, the first Blu-ray I got was from Eureka Pictures, and it's Jackie Chan's Police Story 1 and 2. I'm a big Jackie Chan fan. Obviously Bruce Lee's my idol, but there's no denying that Jackie Chan is a master, and the action in Police Story is just wow. So I've got Jackie Chan Police Story 1 and 2, and it's got tons of extras, absolutely loads. And this is my first point. When you watch a film on Netflix, it's great. The convenience and everything else, it's just so easy, and Amazon Prime. But you don't get the audio commentaries. You will get a trailer, a lot of the time you'll get a trailer, but you won't get alternate versions, documentaries, deleted scenes. And if you're particularly into a certain film, these things are priceless. I couldn't tell you the amount of times I watched all the extras on me Bruce Lee stuff, me Stanley Kubrick stuff, etc, etc. So anyway, Blu-ray, Jackie Chan Police Story 1 and 2. Obviously it's still sealed, I haven't had a look at it yet. There's only one that I got for my birthday that I've already watched, and it was pretty special. Right, another Blu-ray. Not everyone will appreciate this one, but it's part of the video nasty. Do you remember that whole hype in the 80s where films were banned? The Mardi Gras Massacre. It's not a great film, but it's got some sort of charm. I absolutely love it because it's probably so bad. Again, still sealed, so I haven't had a look at it yet. It's got a beautiful cover, and this is done by 88 Films. Never did I ever think I'd see the Mardi Gras Massacre on Blu-ray. Wow, the times have changed. So, really pretty stoked to have that, actually. I wouldn't mind getting all of the video nasties. I think there was 72. I'd like to get them all on Blu-ray if I can. I've got a lot of them on DVD, and I've got a few on Blu-ray now. But anyway, right, to the first film that I've already watched. The Blues Brothers. Now, I've never seen it look as good. The colours, certainly during the church scene, the colours was popping. It comes in this lovely box. This was gifted to me by my good friend, you've heard me mention him many times on the channel, Alice Plays Reactions. So Alice, thank you very much, mate. And this was a treat. But again, if you was going to stream the Blues Brothers, you'd get a lovely, you possibly would get a 4K. But the extras that come on here, you've got the booklet with all gump for writing, and if you're a film enthusiast, you're going to love this stuff. You've got a set of postcards that are still got the band around them. I've not opened them yet. You've got cue notes, so musical cue sheet, because obviously the Blues Brothers is a musical, and the music is fab, and it sounded amazing on my soundbar, I've got to admit. So you've got all these cue sheets. You're never going to get that on streaming. And you've got Combined Continuity, the Blues Brothers, and literally it just goes on all about the continuity of the film, the shooting and all that lot. If you're a Blues Brothers nut, this sort of stuff is priceless, and you're just not going to get it anywhere else. And not to mention, I've got this cool Blues Brothers poster. It probably won't go up, but it's nice to have it. I love that. Look at that. They'll never get caught. They're on a mission from God. It's such a good movie, and I had such a blast watching it again. And obviously, you get the 4K still in the player. I should put it back really, but hey ho. And the Blu-ray with tons of extras. You're just not going to get that from streaming. Plus, some people just like to have their collection on a shelf. There's many movie collectors on YouTube. You just check out their channel. They've got literally, it's like being in Blockbuster again. Amazing. But again, Alice, thank you. This looked incredible. I love me Blu-rays. I still love DVD, to be honest with you, but 4K movies are really doing it for me at the moment. I'm really loving it, and I intend to build up quite a good collection of the top films. Obviously, we all know the Bruce Lee 4Ks are coming out later on in the year. And Alice also got me John Carpenter's The Thing. I remember seeing this back in the 80s. And again, loads of extras, picture quality amazing. Obviously still sealed, so I haven't had a look at this one yet. Like I said, the only one I have watched is the Blues Brothers. But stunning artwork, and that would look pretty decent on a shelf of other 4Ks. So really pleased to have that. I might even do that Sunday evening. I haven't seen this film for a long time, but I remember it being so good. And obviously you've got feature commentaries with John Carpenter and Kurt Russell. Outtakes, The Thing Terror Takes Shape, and that's a documentary about The Thing. So stoked to have that one. And my last 4K, Elvis. Baz Luhrmann's Elvis. Superb, with Austin Butler as Elvis, obviously. Me and the wife went and see that at the cinema, and I absolutely loved it. Now, I know some people are mixed, it's focused too much on Colonel Tom Parker. I thought the film was incredible. No one makes a movie like Baz Luhrmann. Look at Moulin Rouge, for instance. Absolutely looking forward to whacking that in the 4K player. Elvis. Now, I do get the convenience. Obviously, they take up a lot of room. If you have an extensive movie collection, it ends up taking up a lot of room in your house. Now, you watch films just on Netflix, you literally just don't have that. But also, Netflix don't keep them on. I remember when we was watching Sons of Anarchy, it literally said in the corner as it was going on, this is going to finish at the end of December, and me and the wife had to really binge watch Sons of Anarchy so we could finish it before it ran out. And films don't stay on there. They have like a turnover. They're on there for a while, but you might want to look up something like American Werewolf in London. It just won't be on there. And the reason my Get Back box set by the Beatles, the Peter Jackson film, is still sealed is because you can watch it on Disney Plus in 4K. Now, the Get Back Blu-ray, there's no extras on it. It's a bit of a weird one, that is. It's nice to have, for sure. But me, personally, I would like to have seen trailers on there, audio commentaries, and, more extras, as opposed to a 1080p, as opposed to, I might as well watch it on Disney Plus and watch it in 4K. And it is a little bit sharper, from what I've heard. But there you go. So, anyway, that was the film side of things. Now, you've also got Spotify and iTunes. But me, as you know, I like buying me records, and I'm even buying CDs. But these obviously were gifts. So I've got Madness's debut album, One Step Beyond, and I do think this is the 2023 copy of it. 2 discs. Loads of extras on it. Obviously still sealed, and I haven't played it yet. But all of that. Take it in the car with me. I know you can, I often do, put Spotify on and stream it. It comes through my speakers in my car. It's quite easy. But if your internet ever goes down, what are you going to do? If you break your phone, what are you going to do? So anyway, One Step Beyond by Madness. Really, really stoked to have that. And Madness 7. But this one was a bit weird. I tried to scan it into Discogs. It hasn't shown up yet. But this is the 2023 release. And 2 disc. Apparently it's got new liner notes. I love this album, as you know. I've done a vinyl first play on it. So Madness 7 on CD. And Our House, Madness, the very best of. Now, I know Madness have got loads and loads of best of albums, I know, but the reason why I had this one in my wish list, because it's got Bullington Boys on it, and I don't actually have that on vinyl. So, really, really stoked. Don't know how it sounds yet. Again, like all the others, I haven't opened any of my records yet. It's still sealed. But pretty stoked to have it though. And I like that Bullington Boys. I think he's having a little dig at the Conservative Party madness. Right. Next up, Belle and Sebastian. I don't think I've ever mentioned them on the channel before. I do think I've shown you that I had the album, The Boy with the Arab Strap. But this is a wonderful album. If you've not heard of Belle and Sebastian, guys, get them on Spotify and have a watch. Have a listen, I mean. This is on transparent red vinyl and a 25th anniversary limited edition. But Belle and Sebastian, if you're feeling sinister, is a beautiful record. I'm pretty stoked to own it too. And finally, on the records, Animals, Pink Floyd, the 2018 remix. It came out last year, I think it was. I had mixed feelings on this one. I kept it in my wish list, and every time I went to buy it, I was like, but I see reviews and people saying, no, I prefer the original mix. I've got to be my own judge of that. Plus, it's part of the collection. I mean, I've got most of Pink Floyd's albums now, but I haven't played it on vinyl yet, but I have heard it on, dare I say it, Spotify. I don't know what to think yet. I'd like to hear it on my actual stereo with my speakers, and then I can make a proper judgment on that. But yeah, quite pleased to have it. Like I said, it's got beautiful artwork on it, and I'll have to wait and see how it sounds on record. But still nice to have anyway. Right, books and magazines. We live in a world of Kindle, and you can just, and other apps like Kindle. But for me, I personally like to read a book. And you know I'm a Bruce Lee nut, you all know that. I finally got the Way of the Dragon movie art comic book by, I can struggle with his name, Su Lam Chong. I've had a little look through it, and I must admit, the artwork is out of this world. It really, really is. He's such a good artist. I do believe there will be 2 parts to this book, because obviously it finishes at the Nunchaku fight out the back of the alleyway in Way of the Dragon. So you've got the whole Colosseum and everything else. So this is part 1 of 2. So obviously when the second one comes out, I'll support the artist and get it. But got it on hardback, so I'm really pretty stoked about that. I don't know if you'd be able to get that on a Kindle. I don't know how, if you'd be able to watch it. Maybe a PDF would do it, but it's not the same, is it? That will sit next to all my other Bruce Lee books quite proudly. And like this, now I've had this in my wish list since last year it came out. I know it's quite an old one now, but I had to get this really, and the wife picked me this up because Game of Death Redux, and interview with Alan Canvan, who made the Redux, you know, the Game of Death short that was on the Criterion box set. Well, I'd done quite a lot of work with Alan. Was it last year? It was, yeah, last year I think. I'd done the poster, and I'd done the banner, and I'd done the Blu-ray cover, and which are featured in here. This poster I designed with Alan. He chose the pictures, I chose the colour design and some of the fonts. And there's another poster I did. Here it is. Pretty pleased about that. And also there's a small picture of the Blu-ray cover down there. I've done an alternative one and all. And on here, I was quite stoked about this actually. On page 29, just down the bottom there, I get a little mention of the work I've done with Alan. So I was quite thrilled. My name's in a Bruce Lee book. How cool is that? So I had a nice lot of treats for my birthday. Really pleased to have all this stuff. But what are your views on it? I mean, me personally, I think having Netflix, Spotify, Amazon Prime are an addition to collecting, you know, as opposed to, I wouldn't say, no, I shouldn't have, you know, you shouldn't stream. I use both. I absolutely do use both. You know, if there's an album you're thinking about getting on vinyl or CD and you're not sure, you can stream it first. Have a little listen, see if you like it. So I guess there's that. And for films, yeah, we use Netflix, we use Amazon Prime. But there's nothing like having the physical media. Like I said, if the internet ever goes down, it doesn't often, I must admit. But we've had issues before. If it's ever going down, you're buggered. You know, you're not going to get it. But what are your views on it? Do you like to just stream? Because I do also get the pros and cons. The cons of collecting physical media, it does take up a lot of room. My record collection takes up loads of room. I've got, you know, a CD rack upstairs with loads of stuff on it. And my books take up a lot of room. But on the other hand, I really like to have them. So what are your views? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you like using your Kindle, or do you actually like to read a book? Because we had a Kindle, the wife still got hers, but to be honest with you, I read some stuff on it. I didn't enjoy the experience. It's not the same as holding paper and looking through a book. But that's just me. Maybe I'm a bit old-fashioned. Anyway, so yeah, there you go, guys. That's my birthday haul that I got. Well, it's not all. I've got an LP coming from America. It's the soundtrack to With Now and I. If you haven't seen With Now and I, it's one of the greatest British comedies written and directed by Bruce Robinson, starring Paul McGann and Richard E. Grant. It's hilarious. It's one of my favourite films of all time. So the soundtrack's coming, and I'm looking forward to getting that. Anyway, before I ramble on too long, let me know your thoughts about streaming services and physical media. What's your preference? I'd like to know. Right, with that, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have a great weekend, and I'll be back with another ramble real soon. You take care, people.